Alright guys, now we continue. Let's remove the shadow. So we go here, up in the upper right corner. We press this little arrow and we go to this viewport shading stuff. And we disable the shadows because we don't need them right now. Now we need to make the patches. So let's make the patches. We go to the sculpt mode by control tap down, and then I will go and mask. So press M to go to mask mode, and I will mask an area like this. Let's see how big it should be. I think it should be around this big. So I'm just dragging my mouse around around a circle to make a circular selection, let's say. I think it should be a little bit bigger in this side. In this side maybe a little bit bigger. Overall looks relatively fine. From the front view it's not very visible, so I think this I should erase and make it a little bit more here on the front. So it will be more visible from the front. That's my way of thinking. Okay, so it's visible from the front, but as you can see, this one is far bigger than this one. So let's make this one a bit bigger, or the other one smaller. They have to be similar sizes, and since we don't have our symmetry anymore, we have to do them by eye. I think this is okay. So now we have to extract them. So I will move my pure F here, and I will go to sculpt, no, to mask extract. So mask, here the menu mask, and then mask extract. When you press it, you get another menu, which I can move here just to be able to see it better. And in this menu you have to just extract a solid to be disabled, and then press OK. Now we will have our extractions. Then we are out of sculpt mode, so we go control tap down to sculpt mode again, and with a big brush, so with the bracket keys I'm making my brush bigger, and I'm pressing 6 to go to my inflate, or you press I, also inflate brush, and I am just clicking a little bit to inflate it, and then I smooth it with shift. So smooth with shift. There are a few things that can go wrong here. The one thing that can disable your ability to smooth the edges or to modify the edges at all is, let me show you. Here in the center, in the top center, there is a button, auto masking. It's relatively new to Blender, and here you can see we have face sets boundary, or whatever here is clicked or it's checked, it can something can go wrong. So just make sure everything here is unchecked. And also the thing that can go wrong is pressing N, and I'm opening this window. We go to Tool and Advanced. In here there is front faces and other checks. Only topology should eventually be checked. Those other things usually shouldn't be, and you will be okay. So now this circular things, we need to put them to make them with the modifier, what modifier was that? The solidify modifier we have to put, but you see they are pretty high polygonal. So with this high polygonal, I usually don't do any modifiers with this high poly meshes. So what we can do is go to sculpt mode. We are on sculpt mode. Go to this green thing here, the green triangle on the left, on the right. So on the right of the working area, we have all those icons. The green triangular icon, we go, and then we go and open remesh. Here, the third from the bottom up, remesh. And then we go, instead of voxel remesh, what we're doing usually, we go to quad remesh. And then we just press quad reflow remesh, and we will be greeted with another window which we can move on. And this window will show us how much polygons we want, how much faces we want. Since these are pretty simple meshes, those circular patches, I want to remesh them. This is why I'm doing this. So in this case, I want them to be around 300. And let's press OK. Of course, we can always Control Z, but now we have something that looks like this, which is much better. And now we have some, some kind of interesting, not interesting, but overall nice low poly mesh, which we will put solidify, and then we will put subdivision surface, of course, yeah. Excuse me if I'm a little bit distracted today, but it is what it is. Whatever. So let's go to the modifiers and add our solidify modifier, and let's make it a little bit thicker. Alt Z to see, okay, how thick it is. It's a little bit thick probably, but it doesn't matter. I mean, if it's too thick, it's okay. If it's not, it's fine. Then I will add a subdivision surface modifier, Alt Z to just go back, and subdivision surface modifier I will go to up to 3 probably, until it's kind of smooth. And I like it. I say I like it. I can say I like it. Now I will just play with it a little bit more, make sure it's going a little bit above the surface, so in a 3D print it could be visible very much into the 3D print. And we are very in a very good shape. The thing that I don't like here, there are a couple of things, especially in the jacket, in the sleeves, are a few things, but one of them is in this area here. This is a little bit too sharp. Overall, the jacket sleeve should be pretty not sharp, so not sharp. Now I see on the jacket, since I'm on the jacket, I pressed Alt Q to go to the jacket, and then I can press Alt Q to go to the patches, but I'm going to the jacket. Then I will press A and clear the mask. A is my shortcut for mask options. Then I will press, I will go and select my paintbrush by hand. I don't have a shortcut for the paintbrush because I don't use it that often. That's why I don't have. But I have a shortcut of selecting the colors, which is the normal shortcut S. So S is for selecting. So I'm hovering over this blue color. I'm pressing S, and then I go to the patch and I'm just dragging over it to color the patch, of course. Let's color the patch, ladies and gentlemen. We're coloring the patch. Yes, it's so exciting to color the patch. Doesn't matter, okay. Now, the next thing I want to do, most of the things are okay now. I kind of like it. It's fine. Maybe the sword itself has some issues here and there. Maybe we can smooth these colors in here, yes. And maybe we can smooth also those colors. They are a little bit pixelated, and I don't completely approve this pixelation since we have enough polygons on the sword already. So we don't need the pixelation. It's not, it's not needed. So here for the shoes, this thing I need more polygons. So I will go and scroll down because I have 3 modifiers here: mirror, solidify, and subdivision. So I will go and add one more subdivision just to make it a little bit more smooth. Okay, or smoother, more smooth or smoother, I don't know. I will go to the jacket and press 1 or whatever brush. I will select any other brush than the paintbrush and just smooth a little bit this area here so it looks more natural, but very carefully, because if you smooth it a lot it will lose all the detail. So I'm smoothing just feather touches, just very little tiny touches. Now for the head, I want to bend the head a little bit forward and bend it and tilt it a little bit on one side. And also what I want is to select the head with Alt Q, press X to have symmetry, and just make sure those cheeks here, the bottom of the jaw is a little bit more flat. In the concept it's pretty flat, and mine is was a little bit too round in there, which is not a big issue of course, but I like it to be a little bit more flat. No, I don't like it to be a little bit more flat, but I think it could be better, and we are testing it now. I'm smoothing some areas, like for example in the inside of the mouth I'm trying to smooth this. But do we have some mask in there? I'm not sure. No, probably this is just the color. By the way, we can color also this area, which doesn't matter that much because it's not visible and it's not gonna be visible. But still I'm coloring it just for fun. Just for funsies, as some people say. Okay, we go to our grab brush and now I select the ears. So for the ears, I don't know if I should make some detail on them, but definitely I would like the ears to be part of the head too. So let's see. I will select the mirrors in object mode and rotate them a little bit just to see if this will be better. Yeah, I think this rotation of the ears is a little bit better. I will rotate them even, or move them back, and rotate them even a little bit like this, and then move them back again. Okay. Yeah, the idea is that the ears shouldn't be exactly symmetrical, and also we will connect them to the head right now. So let's apply the mirror modifier, apply the solidify modifier, apply the every modifier, apply. Now they are applied, and now we can select the ears, select the head, Control J, or right click and join. And then we can go to scope mode and Shift R to see. So 0.0085. Let's try this. It will be, in my estimation, around 500,000 polygons probably. If your computer is a weak computer, or your video card is not good enough, or you have a laptop with not very good video card, it's not a gaming laptop for example, you have to be careful with the polygons. It may be able to make them, but it could start lagging. But I will try. Control R. Ooh, okay, exactly 500,000, which is great. Now, it's not exactly, it's 5,039,000, but whatever. So, I will just try to blend the ears with the heads by smoothing. Because, you know, ears, head, they have to be kinda the same mesh. They shouldn't be much different meshes, since, you know. And I was about to leave them the different meshes, but I decided that it's better to be one mesh and that's it. And I think we are in the right path here. So in the back, when I look at it from the back, it's a little bit ridiculous how one of the ears is coming from the middle of the head and the other one is coming from here. But from the front it looks relatively nice. But since from the back it doesn't look good, so when something doesn't look very good, we go Control Z and try to fix it. So I will go Control Z a couple of times until those are different meshes, if I can. Okay, I could. And now I will move it this way and try just to yeah, I'm trying to just make sure that it's not going from the middle of the head. So I move them a little bit and now it's not going from the middle of the head. This is here to show you that sometimes we need to have a lot of undo options, which means that we have to go to Edit, Preferences, System, I think it was, and in System, undo steps should be, I think by default they are around 35, I'm not sure. 70 is a good option. Of course, you have to be careful with your memory. If you don't have enough RAM in your computer, maybe you shouldn't touch this undo steps because it will start lagging at some point and maybe Blender will go unstable. So again, careful with those two. So let me see from the back. Okay, I will just go Tab, press here L, and just move this a little bit on the side. So they are relatively symmetrically going from the same area. And of course, they're not completely symmetrical, but the idea is that their bases are kinda symmetrical to one another. so one is not coming from the middle of the head and the other from someplace else. That's what I am trying to achieve here. And I think I did it. So now I go back to object mode from edit mode. I go to scope mode. I move this down. So I'm sure that they are going inside the head, not a little bit outside, because otherwise I will not be able to do what I want to do now. And the idea here is that now I notice that from the side view, they're absolutely like in one line, which I don't like. So I will try to fix that by just going tab L to select one of them and rotate it and move it forward to make sure that one of them is a little bit more different. It's more difficult than the other one. So one is difficult, the other one is not difficult. Alright, let's see how it looks. I'm not completely happy with those ears anyway. Maybe they should be a little bit bigger. Let's select them and scale them, just to make them bigger. Okay, from the side view they look good, from the back view they should be thick enough so when we 3D print them they will look relatively fine. If they are not thick enough, they will not look fine, so we have to be careful about that too. I think this is the best we can do, and they are relatively fine, although I think maybe a little bit more I will move them so they are more one is from the other one side of the head, the other from the other side. No ear is coming from the middle of the head. And now we can select with shift both of them, right click and join, or Control J, go to scope mode, shift R, 1008 8, okay, 1008, no 0.008, and then Control R. Let's see what will happen. Okay, it's even more than a million, but it's okay. More than a million is fine for me. For you probably it's not fine, but for me it's fine. If for you it's not fine, you just have to deal with it. I mean, the idea is that at some point you definitely will have a better computer to work with. The idea is to know the steps, to know how to work. Maybe your model will not look as refined as mine, although mine is not super refined, but it's refined enough for 3D print almost. I'm smoothing now some areas because they were a little bit low poly looking, and it's starting to look a little bit better. And the other thing I want to do is to take the whole head in object mode and move it down a little bit and just rotate it a little bit like this and move it with the tongue, by the way. Yeah, I forgot the tongue. Okay, maybe more. Yeah, it's just something like posting. It's a nice posing action or something. Yeah, I'm trying just to do it. I'm not sure if it's gonna work. Yeah, maybe even rotation of the head will not be a bad idea. A little bit. And then we will rotate the eyes also. But let's see what kind of rotation of the head will be necessary. The head now is not in the middle, so I will select it again and try to put it in the middle like this. Okay, now it's in the middle. Okay. Yes, yeah, things we have to do, a lot of things. Now, let's go to the eyes, and now the eyes are mirrored. Okay, but we need to get different eyes so we can move them, move one and move the other differently. So, separately. Now, I will do this. Just uncheck this merge button here on the mirror modifier and then apply the mirror modifier. If you don't uncheck the button merge, they will merge into one object and it will not be nice. So now I can go and press L to select one of them. And since I don't see the eye now because I'm in edit mode and I'm selecting and all the polygons are visible, I can uncheck this thing on the top here, which is show overlays. Shift Alt Z, by the way. Yeah, let me show. Shift Alt Z. Okay, I didn't know this shortcut, but it says here Shift Alt Z, you know, in the top right of our working area, show overlays. I just disable it, and now I can work with what I have. I will rotate this one, I will click on the other one, press L to select all of it, and now I can rotate it also. Alright. It doesn't look super nice, by the way. I don't completely approve it. Maybe from certain angles it will look nice, but from all angles it doesn't quite look. So let's go again to this and rotate it not so much. Okay. Now it's a little bit better, I think. Yeah, the eyes are a little bit too much outward going. So let's put this one a little bit in. No, it's not gonna work very well. So put it out. Okay, this could be the thing. The thing with the eyes is difficult. So in some areas, I would suggest, not some areas, but sometimes I would suggest not to move the eyes at all. In this case, I will try to. I tried to move them, and I moved them, and it's a relatively good result. Let me see when we have a rotation, how it will look. It's not the best, but it's not the worst either. So I think I will leave them like this for now. Then I will go to the head itself, go to scope mode, turn on my show overlays again, just because I want them, and then I will go in here and try to make sure that the neck is coming from the head itself. Let's try that. So I just pulled it with the grab brush, the neck, and I will smooth it and then pull it down and then smooth it again. The idea is that we want to have a nice neck in here, which is achievable by just pulling from the head. From the head we will do the neck, and the other neck, which was before, it can just stay there, and it will help to support the whole thing. I mean, it's coming, it's inside the other neck. They are neck in neck, which means that when we 3D print them, this will be kind of good thing. It will be a good support. Although it's a pretty thin part, which I will inflate here, which supports a pretty big head, it should work relatively nice. Let's see the shorts here. Okay, I will inflate this area. It's looking good. Now the t-shirt, let's see, it doesn't have modifiers, and I don't know how thick it is, but it should be pretty thick. Otherwise, we could have problems with the 3D print, but overall, I think we are okay. In most cases, we should be fine. Yeah. And overall, we are done with the model, we may say. If we have a few tweaks here and there, we can make them, it's not a problem. In the next video, I will show you how to do very basic materials, and then in the next video, or in the same video, we will do just a basic light setup, but probably they should be in the different videos. But although the material, it will be pretty short video, so we will see how it will go. See you in the next one.